Hey, what's up? Welcome to lesson 2. Today's lesson is all about posture, how we sit during meditation. But before we get started, I thought we could check in. So, how are you right now? Wait, before you answer, consider this. How often has somebody said, "How are you?" and you say, "Oh, I'm fine," or "good," without even thinking about it? Those are words that are actually in relationship to a judgment. What's good and bad anyway? So instead, I want you to think like of emotions and feelings and all on like this big spectrum. And where are you on the spectrum of all of these emotions and feelings? Are you sad? Are you happy? Are you grateful, cranky, excited? You get the point. So let's do this again. What's alive inside of you right now? That also lands differently, right? Imagine asking that of someone the next time that you see them. So take a moment. What's alive? It could be a few things. We'll discuss more as the course goes on, but let's get into posture. When thinking about posture and meditation, immediately what might come to mind, or you might have this idea of somebody sitting, cross-legged, really upright, or legs crossed in a lotus position. But what do I actually even mean by the word posture? But posture is relative to the disposition of the body at any one moment. And it's a composite of the positions of the different joints in the body at that particular time. So for a meditation posture, we're talking about the positioning of the body and joints as it relates to meditation. We want to bring a sense of purpose to our posture when we sit. We want to be upright, but not rigid. I have a meditation chair that I sit on, but it's designed for the floor. And I use it because I spend most of my time on the floor now that I think about it, writing, teaching, reading, on Zooms. I don't think you actually need a meditation chair unless you really want one. You can sit just on the floor. You can sit on a pillow and use that. Or you can buy a meditation cushion, but it's not necessary. And if you don't want to sit on the floor, awesome. Do not. Sit on a chair. You can sit on a chair. Ideally, maybe with a straight back if you'd like to have your back up against the chair. Another way to sit on the chair is scooched forward a little bit with your knees at a right angle and your feet on the floor at about hips width distance apart. Hands resting on your knees or in your lap. You can sit on your sofa. Do you want to sit on your sofa and do meditation? Go for it. You can sit with your legs stretched out in front of you. You can sit with your legs crossed. That's also a perfectly legitimate way to do your practice, right? If sitting is not something that you want to do, you can also lay down on the ground. And if you want to lay on the floor, I recommend placing a rolled up blanket or a towel underneath the backs of your knees for support. It can also be helpful to roll up a towel and place that right at the curve of the neck if you're laying on your back, particularly if you have a round at the top of the back. Because then your chin can come to your chest. And when we're resting like this, we want to keep the space around the throat and the neck nice and open. So those are your different postures, and you can choose what feels appropriate for you every time that you sit. And now, as we're talking about posture 2, let's talk about the eyes and what we should be doing with our eyes. So if you're sighted, the idea is to, if you want to keep your eyes open, do that, but you want your gaze unfocused and soft. So you're not really looking at anything, almost beyond it. And if your eyes are closed, you're also not really focusing on anything. The eyelids are heavy. And then you can even think about, if this makes sense, to almost relax behind your eyes. And that can help the facial muscles relax a bit. So that's posture. So let's go ahead and choose your posture. And we'll finish this lesson with a sit, with some meditation. This meditation will be 5 minutes. I will guide the first part of it, and the last 2 minutes will be in silence. And here are the instructions. Find your seat. You'll hear teachers also say, arrive or land. And then if you'd like, you can let your eyelids get heavy. And we'll notice the sounds that are happening around us. Are there sounds or vibrations that are big and obvious? Are there sounds that are more subtle? Let that be a part of your experience. And now you can bring attention and awareness close to your body. And now maybe even bring it to your body. Take 20 seconds to notice parts of the body that might feel relaxed or at ease. Are there parts of the body that feel tense or in pain? Seeing if we can just let things be just as they are. And now bringing attention and awareness to your breathing. This is our anchor, our breath, our inhale and our exhale. And with mindfulness meditation, we stay with what's happening right now and notice when you wander off or get distracted. When you do, you can even silently say to yourself, oh, I wandered off. I need to come back. And do that. Come back to your breathing, to that anchor. That moment of recognition that you are distracted, that is the practice. We return to ourselves again and again and again. So stay with your breathing. Notice when you get distracted and return. Those are the instructions, and that's our practice. And now for 2 minutes, we'll be silent. Our practice will end when you hear a singing bowl. as you're ready, you can seal your practice. Maybe a hand on the heart, pressing palms, a bow to yourself, and offer of gratitude for yourself. I'd like to thank myself and all the teachers who have put me on this path of meditation. Grateful for their presence and their wisdom. And sending well wishes to all of our Black and brown siblings who don't have the ability to sit. May they find the time and space to come home to themselves with peace and love. Thank you all so much for being here for lesson 2. I will see you for lesson 3, where we will talk about breathing and how to pay attention to the present moment in some more detail. Thanks y'all so much, and welcome home.